invite Pastor Mike to please come closer so that immediately after the national anthem, while we are still standing, we can take the opening prayers. So you don't sit, stand. Pastor Mike, can you move closer to the microphone, please? Yes, Pastor Mike in the building. Pastor Mike, is he here? Melody on top. You want to make a replacement? Is he here? He's on his way. So let's have a listen for him to join us here. So we just stand at the green campus where we will make our commitments. First level. Oh, amazing. Ladies and gentlemen. So, Pastor Mike is about singing. Let us rise for the national anthem of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. But any position that is convenient for you, you can assume it. Because today is your day and this is your endurance. Join me to anchor in this very song. Jesus knows all about the struggle. He will guide you is done. There is not a friend like our Lord Jesus. No, not one. No. Let's say it again. Jesus knows all about the struggle. He will guide you so. There is not a friend like our Lord Jesus. No, not one. No, we just want to give you thanks for love and mercy upon each and one of us. For existence, for this country Nigeria, for bringing us together in this very fun to celebrate this day. Father, we give you thanks. Please ask us our thanks. Each and every one of us, I say, Lord, give us wisdom to our tasks and to our seats. Whatsoever we are going to do here successfully today, in the name of Jesus Christ. Therefore, we declare this program in the name of God the Father, and the Son, and the Holy Spirit. For in Jesus' name we pray. Can you give the Lord a round of applause as you receive your songs? Thank you, Pastor Mike. God bless you for those wonderful prayer lines. And we join our faith with yours to say amen. There's going to be some random remarks, and it's going to be in three folds. Missing item. benefits with learning from yourself. Let's welcome the Board of Trustees Chairman, NAPVID, my Lord, the Honorable Justice Peter Isiba KSM. Required President of the Customary Court of Edo. Can you give him a standing round of applause? Can you applaud this on stage? Can you make some noise? My Lord, we thank you for your love, thank you for your leadership. And through your kind intervention, people like Kindness Ibahusa Esquire has brought their life back again. Thank you very much, my Lord. Thank you indeed. The Commandant NAPVID is being represented by the guest officer, Can you applaud? Thank you very much indeed. As I'd like to invite for a brief welcome remarks, it's for 20 minutes, and so the three of them will share 7 minutes each, and that will automatically translate to 21. And Oju Abigail, is she around? Otherwise, we move to Dorothy Onusa Esquire, Executive Director, Network for the Advancement of People with Visible Disability, and the Chairman, Joint Planning Committee, IDPD 2025. Can you put your hands together for her? I'd like to welcome the First Lady of Edo, represented by Special Advisor to Scotland House, Dr. Iyano. Can you applaud him? Thank you very much. So many officers also have given us a welcome remarks. I've been told that the keynote speaker is here. We are already welcomed in our absence, but let me begin. Professor Ngozi Udoigwe. Can you celebrate her? Please come forward to the table, come forward to the front table, your friends. Sit next to the DOT chair now. You are the one God is going to use to minister strength, minister word, because there is power in spoken words. Thank you very much. As the Director of Research, Innovation and Development, University of Benin. We're not backing us sideways to Justice Isiba. Yeah, the chair left to Justice Isiba. So she doesn't strain her neck. You know, she's a scholar. So maybe your attention is required as one of the most versatile, one of the most intellectual, an orator, a man of destiny. Many are listening as a process of welcome remarks. Please applaud him. Thank you very much, my brother, the patriotic patriot himself. Thank you so very much. The special guest of honor, who I understand will be joining us shortly, His Excellency, the Executive Governor of Edo State, Senator Mondo Bono, the coordinator of the First Lady's Office, Her Excellency Princess Adesina Obono Anani, the Chairman of today's event, Distinguished Senator Adam Salu Shomore, who himself whilst he was the Governor of Edo State, inaugurated the Rights Above Charity Lecture in 2011. The Speaker of the Edo State House of Assembly, the Lord, the Chief Judge of Edo State, very ably and competently represented here today, the Chairman of Trustees of NAPVID, Honorable Justice Peter Isiba, retired, members of the Board of NAPVID, the Chairman, the Edo State Commission for Persons with Disabilities, and the honorable members of that commission representing Edo South, Edo Central, and Edo associations of persons with disabilities, States, the chairman and chairpersons of all groups here present. I wish that the sound people can do something to this sound, please. I will not want any epileptic transition when His Excellency the Governor is speaking to us. So I guess we have a short time to please address this. Our partners, our supporters, the Rule of Law and Anti-Corruption Program, the State Coordinator of the Rule of Law and Anti-Corruption Program, and the rural team here present, the GIZ Sky, who is also supporting us technically. I'm trying to rerun the protocol that has earlier been established, but I guess that I've skipped some. But just to say that very respectful, distinguished invitees are all recognized and welcome. The keynote speaker for today's event for the 14th Rights and Punctuality lecture, the elected Professor Ngozi Uwegwe. You are most welcome. Please permit me at this time to stand on the protocol that was earlier established by the company. I very warmly welcome all of you to the 14th Rights and Punctuality lecture 2025 to commemorate the 2025 International Day for Persons with Disabilities. This year, jointly again celebrated and organized by NAPVID, and making a maiden entrance to this celebration is the Edo State Commission for Persons with Disability. Can we please clap for that? I recall that the focus of the 2025 International Day for Persons with Disability, when we gathered about a year ago, was to ask the newly inaugurated governor of Edo State to follow the letters of the Edo State Persons with Disability Law 2022, which Section 25 of that law made a provision for the establishment of the commission that will drive the implementation and enforcement of the Edo State Disability Law. That was a call the disability community made exactly 1 year ago. A communique was thereafter issued, and I'm glad that before Christmas, exactly on the 24th of December 2024, members of the commission got their appointment letter. And on the 26th of March 2025, the commission was formally inaugurated. Can we please clap for His Excellency the Governor of Edo State for establishing the Edo State Commission for Persons with Disabilities. 2 days ago, at the Renewed Hope Initiative, Economic Empowerment Program for Persons with Disabilities, headed or sponsored or championed by the wife of My Excellency Senator Oluremi Tinubu, all over the 36 states and Abuja. During that celebration, inaugural Renewed Hope Initiative Economic Empowerment for Persons with Disabilities, an occasion ahead at the festival hall of the government house. His Excellency the Governor of Edo State was with us in person, not represented. And at that occasion, he mentioned that he was given, because a letter has come to him that the commission was asking for a vehicle, that he will get several, but he was delivering to them that day. I spoke with the Honorable Chairman of the Commission yesterday. He said yes, he has taken delivery of a brand new 18-seater Toyota bus. We want to seize this opportunity to thank again His Excellency. We thank the SSG, the Secretary of the State Government, for being a disability rights champion. You know, this commission falls squarely under the office of the governor. And as the Secretary to the government, he is the one driving the issues that concerns the commission.
Commission. We welcome him and we thank him. We thank the office of the coordinator of the First Lady's office. Well, we thank our partners. But let me just quickly, I am speaking to my address. I'm told I have 7 minutes. I fear if I've not exhausted that. But in the next 2-3 minutes, I want to thank our partners, the Rule of Law and Anti-Corruption Program, the International Institute for Democracy and Electoral Assistance, funded by the European Union, for their continued partnership, for their support over the years. I thank the GIZ Sky for also coming on board this year. The Rights Above Charity Lecture was inaugurated in 2011 to articulate issues that concerns persons with disability. We chose the 3rd of December, the day set aside by the United Nations, where we believe firmly that we will get the attention of government and society to bring forward the issues of persons with disabilities, determined as a matter of right and not based on the benevolence act of anyone in government or out of government. And so we use the first edition of that Rights Above Charity lecture to call for a legal framework that will protect and guide the spectrums of rights of persons of stakeholders, NAPVID, NAPVID, civil society, supported by different funders. We have a law. We continued using the Right Above Charity lecture and other advocacy platform to ask for a commission and made that the subject of our discourse last year. This year, we also have a commission in place. We are taking it further this year by asking that that commission that has been set up by government should be made to be effective and to carry out its statutory responsibilities. Because we know that it is one thing to have a commission established. It is another thing to have it effective. And so the topic for today's discourse is from establishment to effectiveness, making inclusion the heartbeat of governance in Edo State. We know that Edo State is the heartbeat of the federation. And we know and believe rather that when inclusion becomes the heartbeat of governance in Edo State, invariably Nigeria will be on the pathway to having inclusion as the heartbeat of governance in the country. And so we have a distinguished scholar who will be helping us today, Professor Ngozi Stewart Unuegbe, will be helping us today in dissecting what government needs to do to make that commission effective. The Rights Above Charity lecture is not a jamboree. We are not just gathering to mark the International Day for Persons with Disabilities. We want to see very tangible outcomes where persons with disabilities will be given their right, mainstreamed into society, allowed to bring forth their innate ability that God has so richly endowed them with, and thereby contributing to the growth and development of society. I have often said in this platform and other places that what persons with disabilities are asking for is the opportunity for them to contribute. We are no beggars. We do not just, we don't go cap in hand. We like to fish. We only ask to be taught to fish, not to be given a fish. So we thank the keynote speaker who will use today's opportunity to help us. I want to appreciate the chairman and board members of NAPVID and every other persons who have worked with us very closely. The disability community, we've been speaking forcefully about issues of inclusion. My speech will be disseminated, and I want to believe that we will use that to learn. But as I round up, The compare has talked about kindness' story, but we will see a clip before we receive the governor. A clip concerning kindness will be played, and we'll take it up from there. The MC will take it up from there after that clip has been played. But we will also like to receive welcome notes from the chairman of the commission and the chairman of the Joint National Association for Persons with Disabilities. Ladies and gentlemen, I welcome you all to the 14th Rights Above Charity lecture. I urge you to settle down, take in, digest, and put to work what will be told us here today by the keynote speaker, the panelists, and all those who will contribute to today's discourse. Thank you very much, and welcome to the 14th Rights Above Charity Lecture 2025.
I was expecting a better round of applause for Melody Ambosa Esquire. Very erudite, wonderfully well delivered. And while his welcome remarks was on, some more personalities joined us. Permit me to acknowledge and welcome Her Excellency, the Coordinator of the Office of the First Lady of Edo State, ably represented by Special Advisor to Mr. Governor on Health, Dr. Andrew Iyamu. Can you put your hands together? I hope that chair is comfortable. I wanted you not to be bending, but let's see if we can adjust a little. So we can adjust a little. See, First Lady cannot be sitting and she's bending. Protocol that organized that chair, please rearrange it thoroughly. Otherwise, give him a fresh table where he cannot be bending, please. Let me also acknowledge and welcome the Honorable Commissioner for Women Affairs and Social Development Edo, Honorable Eugenia Abdallah, represented by Director of Rehabilitation Services, Mr. Okoegwale Sylvester. Can you please applaud? Can you applaud? Can you applaud? Thank you very much indeed. We warmly welcome you and we thank you for being part of these very historic moments. Thank you very, very much. Thank you. Yes, I think that is better for Dr. Andrew. Let me also warmly welcome Special Advisor to Mr. Governor on Local Government and Chieftaincy Affairs, Honorable Aslem Adima. Can you applaud him? Thank you very much. I think the First Lady should be seated next to the BOT Chairman, Justice Sibo. All others can rearrange as protocol determines. Yes, you can insert one more chair between. Let me at this point, ladies and gentlemen, invite for the second leg of the welcome remarks another amazing woman
is a lady in her late
who believes that her people must get their due.
Area in Edo State.
Comrade
She's an orphan
Anne
who
Ojugo,
became physically
Edo
challenged
State
23
Chairman,
years ago,
Joint National Association of Persons with Disabilities, member, Joint Planning Committee. Can you celebrate her?
Student of Edo College.
Thank you very much for all you do for your people. You're looking very beautiful today. Okay, let's come forward. Come forward. Bring her forward because of these speakers. Okay. How do you adjust this? Okay.
Good morning, all. I'm not used to what I will call it now, protocols, but all protocols duly observed. Okay, distinguished guests, partners, government representatives, advocates, and members of the disability community. I bring you warm greetings on behalf of the Joint National Association of Persons with Disabilities, NAPVID, Edo State. Today's gathering is not just a ceremony, just like you heard my Oga said. I call him my Oga, Barrister Melody. It's not just a jamboree. It is a powerful reminder that inclusion is not optional. It is a right, a duty, and the foundation of sustainable development. As we commemorate the 2025 International Day for Persons with Disabilities, we stand united under the theme of this year's lecture, from establishment to effectiveness. It's not just to establish the Disability Commission, but effectiveness, making inclusion the heartbeat of governance in Edo State. Edo State has taken important steps, such as signing the Disability Rights Law and establishing the Disability Commission. These are milestones we must celebrate. And by the grace of God, we are celebrating it today. But establishment alone is not enough. Our call today is for implementation with results, policies with actions, and governance with compassion and accountability. As chairperson of NAPVID, I speak for thousands of citizens whose aspirations are simple but fundamental. The right to participate, right to work, right to learn, right to access justice, right to be heard, and to live with dignity. Our community does not need or ask for charity. We demand inclusion, opportunity, and equal treatment. At NAPVID, we appreciate the work relationship and collaborations we have had with our partners like ROLAC, Edo State government, particularly the Office of the First Lady, NAPVID, the various disability clusters under NAPVID, the chairman of the Disability Commission, other development partners, and civil society organizations led by Congress. Excuse me, please. But we must deepen this partnership. Let 2025 be the year where government ministries begin to embed inclusion in every policies and budget. Schools and workplaces open their doors wider. Infrastructure reflect universal design. And disability clusters and NAPVID as the umbrella body are not just consulted, but fully involved in decision making. Together, we can transform the structures we have established into the system that works, systems that fit people, empower communities, and strengthen our democracy. As we continue today's conversation, I want to thank the Edo State government for what they have done so far. And I want to especially thank the Office of Her Excellency for carrying along persons with disabilities in her SHINE project. She has been so wonderful. 2 days ago, we were in her office. She hosted more than 500 or more than 5,000 persons with disabilities in Edo State. She hosted them single-handedly. Madam, on behalf of persons with disabilities in Edo State, we are grateful. The governor was there himself to declare that occasion open, and in that place he gave a gift, a bus, to persons with disabilities, because he knows what it is for mobility, the issue of mobilities for persons with disabilities. We are grateful. Like the Oliver Twist, we will continue to come and we shall continue to ask. So we are very grateful to the Edo State government. As we continue today's conversation, I ask all stakeholders to move with urgency, honesty, and shared responsibility. Let inclusion truly become the heartbeat practitioners in Edo State. Thank you, and may our collective efforts lead to a more just, inclusive, and prosperous future for all Edo persons with disability. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, can you put your hands together for Ann Ojugo, Chairman, Joint National Association of Persons with Disability. Likewise, video for the next 1 minute with your phone. And everybody, if you have your telephone video device, get it ready. Because we have a special guest. Our governor have just arrived. And we're all going to make some noise. We're going to celebrate him. Just hold on, they'll be rehearsing. This one is rehearsal. When I announce his name as he steps in, we want to hear your shout in Ring Road. If they give you one bus and you shout very well, they can give you employment. They can give you what you need. And for those that did not get palliative, you will not remind them. So we are excited. We are happy that our governor recognizes you and chose to come on your day that you are celebrating the 14th Rise Above Charity Lecture, celebrating and commemorating the 2025 International Day for Persons with Disability in Edo. And so we're ready now to usher him any moment from now. Ladies and gentlemen, shall we all please rise to welcome His Excellency Senator Monday Okpabolo, can you make it louder? Represented by the Secretary of the Government of Edo State, Musa Uma Ikilo Esquire. Can you give the joy for a clap? Of all their busy schedules choosing to come and celebrate today with you. We thank you for promoting the cause of the physically disabled. We thank you for advancing their cause. And we pray God to bless you. Thank you very much. So let's stand up and we take the national anthem DJ one more time. The national anthem of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. To celebrate a man of vision who loves his people unconditionally. No movement, please. And we will say amen to that. Indeed, with peace and plenty, Nigeria will be blessed. Your Excellency, the Executive Governor of Edo State, distinguished Senator Monday Okpabolo, ably represented by the Cerebral Secretary of the Government of Edo State, Uma Ikilo Esquire, Your Excellency, the chairman of today's event, distinguished Senator Adams Oshomole, MNICON, here represented. Your Excellency, the coordinator of the Office of the First Lady, Princess Adesili Ukbewolo Anani, ably represented by Dr. Andrew Yamu, Special Advisor to Mr. Governor on Health. The Honorable Speaker of the Edo State House of Assembly, my Lord, the Honorable the Chief Judge of Edo State, Honorable Justice D.I. Okungbowa, ably represented by Chief Magistrate D.I. Adama Igbo, Deputy Chief Registrar, Protocol and Special Duties, High Court of Justice, Benin. The Head of Service, Honorable Commissioner for Women Affairs and Social Development, Honorable Eugenia Abdallah, ably represented by Director of Rehabilitation Services of the Ministry, Mr. Okegwale Sylvester. Chairman of the Board of NAPVID, my Lord, the Honorable Justice Peter Isibo, retired President of the Customary Court of Appeal, Edo State, and other members of the board, the Chairman of the Edo State Commission for Persons with Disability, Honorable Theophilus Egbodio, all other board members from Edo South, Edo Central, and Edo North, leaders of the Joint National Association of Persons with Disability, Melody Amosa Esquire and Anne Ojugo, distinguished keynote speaker, Professor Ngozi Unwigbe, Directorate of Research, Innovation and Development, University of Benin, strategic partners, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. It is my honor to warmly welcome all of you to this 14th Rights Above Charity Lecture. The 2025 edition is indeed one that we are celebrating, because this lecture series has made tremendous impact. Permit me, Your Excellency, to remark that at this same fora last year, something happened. The story of a young lady, Kindness Idahosa, who dropped out of school in JSS 2 in the year 2000. And when she had an encounter with NAPVID because of her condition, they took her back to that same school in 2013, 13 years after, to resume in that same JSS 2. Today, by the grace of God, she is not only a lawyer, she had been called to the Nigerian bar on the 24th of September 2025. She is here with us today to appeal to Your Excellency for employment. She made a 2-1. Can you put your hands together? Telling you there is ability in disability. It is on this note I'd like to invite for a brief welcome remark, say 2 minutes, to welcome His Excellency Mr. Governor, here represented by the SSG, Chairman, Edo State Commission for Persons with Disability, Honorable Theophilus Egbodio. Can we applaud him? We thank Mr. Governor, who had kept his promise and had delivered a brand new 80-seater bus to the Commission of Disability. Can you put your hands together for our Makumbiza? Thank you, our SSG, for reminding Mr. Governor of that letter. God is using you for the well-being of Edo State. God is giving you wisdom to speak to power. God is giving you knowledge to direct the affairs, because the SSG is the engine room of government. And we pray that it will continue to endow you with all you need for our people, to celebrate you several years after your office by the special grace of God. Ladies and gentlemen, another round of applause for our chairman.
I welcome everybody to the ceremony, especially the governor of Edo State, Senator Monday Okpebo, fully represented here, the SCG, my own Bible, the reason why we are here. This young man always stand by this commission. There is nothing we will need in this commission that this man have not been supporting to me. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Representative from the Chief Judge, the Office of the First Lady, all political duty observed. You are all welcome to this occasion. After now, then I'll have the opportunity to address my people. What it takes to have a commission in Edo State, and the eye of the governor and the eye of persons with disability Edo State. For the governor, Senator Monday Okpebo, as soon as he assumed office, the first appointment he made, I was one of the first appointments he made, the Edo State persons with disability. By the grace of God, we now have I in governor. Through me, many good things will come to persons with disability in Edo State. Later on, I will talk more on that. Welcome everybody to this occasion.
Can we put our hands together for the chairman? Thank you for keeping to time. Thank you very much indeed. And with those warm welcome, we had hitherto received welcome in three folds now. One from Melody Omosa before the arrival of Mr. Governor. The other for Comrade Anne Ojogo, who was delivering a welcome when Mr. Governor arrived. But now we proceed to goodwill message from the Honorable the Chief Judge of Edo State, ably represented by Chief Magistrate D.I. Adamago, Deputy Chief Registrar Protocol and Special Duties High Court of Justice Benin. Can you put your hands together for her as she comes to the microphone? We appreciate the Honorable Justice D.I. Okungbawa for his love for persons with disability. And he has it on record that a lot of them are working in his ministry. And I pray that by the grace of God, with Mr. Governor, with the SSG, and with the Chief Judge, kindness in the house, we also work in the Ministry of Justice. Somebody say amen.
Thank you, Mr. Moderator. Your Excellency, distinguished Senator Monday Okpebo, ably represented by the distinguished Secretary to the Edo State Government, Musa Ihilo Esquire, the chairman of this event, His Excellency, distinguished Senator Monday Aliyu Oshomole, is still being expected, representative of Her Excellency, Coordinator of the Office of the First Lady Edo State, the Head of Service, the Chairman Board of Trustees, my Lord, the Honorable Justice P.O. Sibor, retired President. My assignment this afternoon is to deliver his goodwill message. So permit me to go straight and perform the assignment that I was given to do. It is with great honor that I join you today to commemorate the International Day for Persons with Disabilities. A day set aside globally to celebrate the strength, resilience, and immense potential of persons with disabilities, while renewing our commitment to building a society anchored on quality, dignity, and inclusion. The International Day for Persons with Disabilities provides yet another opportunity to reflect on the progress made in promoting the rights and welfare of persons with disabilities, while also acknowledging the gaps that still require urgent and sustained attention. For us within the justice sector, it reinforces the imperative to ensure that our courts and institutions are accessible, responsive, and sensitive to the needs of all persons, including those with disabilities. This year's theme, From Establishment to Effectiveness, Making Inclusion the Heartbeat of Governance in Edo State, is both timely and compelling as it challenges all institutions, governmental and non-governmental alike, to move beyond the mere rhetoric, creation of structures and policies, and to focus on their actual functionality, impact, and sustainability. For the justice sector, this theme resonates deeply, as the true measure of any institution lies not only in what it establishes, but in the effectiveness with which it serves the people. Edo State Judiciary recognizes that access to justice must be unhindered for all persons, including those with disabilities. This commitment extends to our judicial administration, court processes, and the protection of vulnerable persons who rely on the justice system for safety, redress, and empowerment. We will work steadily to enhance physical and procedural accessibility in our courts, strengthen institutional responsiveness, and ensure that our systems reflect the principles of fairness, non-discrimination, and respect for the rights of all individuals. These efforts are aligned with national legislation and global standards that emphasize full participation and equal opportunity for persons with disabilities. I commend the Edo State Commission for Persons with Disabilities for partnering with the Network for the Advancement of People with Visible Disabilities and the Joint National Association of Persons with Disabilities for organizing this lecture, thus providing a platform for advocacy, shared learning, engagement, and full reflection on how we can collectively move from establishment to true effectiveness in the disability inclusion. Such initiatives are vital in deepening public understanding, strengthening institutional capacity, and fostering partnerships that will advance the cause of disability inclusion in society. I am confident that the quality of lecture and ensuing conversations and deliberation held here today will no doubt contribute meaningfully to shaping deeper policies, strengthening collaboration, and inspiring actionable solutions. As we mark this important day, I encourage all stakeholders, government agencies, civil society organizations, professional bodies, and community leaders to renew their dedication to building an inclusive society where every individual can participate fully and contribute meaningfully. I extend my warmest goodwill to all persons with disabilities and acknowledge their invaluable contributions to the social, economic, and cultural development of our society. I celebrate their resilience, talents, and invaluable contributions to our communities. Together, let us continue to work towards a more inclusive and effective justice system society where no one is excluded. With that said, I wish to thank all participants here present for your attendance and kind attention. Thank you for listening.
Ladies and gentlemen, can you please applaud my Lord? The Honorable CJ, ably represented. Thank you. We would have taken the Speaker's goodwill, but plenary is currently on at the Edo State House of Assembly and is presiding. And it's very possible that before the end of these events, it will join us. We will next invite the Edo State Coordinator, Rolak, and after which, Her Excellency the First Lady, and then it will be time for Mr. Governor to make his remark. Immediately after the Governor's remark, award will be presented to Mr. Governor. thanking him for all he has already done in expectation for much more that he will still do. And then the keynote will have its full course. We'll have the second batch of the presentation of awards, and then I'll hand over to my colleague who together will take the second part, Mrs. Ajayi, and my colleague, MC Lucky Wise. Lucky Wise will invite the keynote speaker, and Ms. Ajayi will take charge of the awards, the panel of discussion, and all other aspects for today's event. In the absence of the chairman for this event, who we are expecting to join us, the BOT chairman will stand in as chairman of the occasion. Can you put your hands together for the Honorable Justice P. Sibo is ever ready, retired president of the Customary Court of Appeal Edo, for 3 minutes remark at that time. Just to put you on notice, my lord, we will invite you very shortly, my lord. Not immediately. I'm just taking permission so you can put your thoughts together. But for now, may I respectfully invite Uchiena Uwokedi for a goodwill message. And after her, Dr. Andre Yamu will be speaking on behalf of the First Lady for her goodwill message. Please put your hands together for ROLAC. Strategic supporter, wonderful partners. Thank you very much.
Thank you. His Excellency, the Executive Governor of Edo State, ably represented by the indefectible SSG, Mr. Musa Ikilo Esquire, the Chair of the Disability Commission, the representative of the Honorable Chief Judge of Edo State, and other distinguished guests here present, all protocol duly observed. Please kindly permit me to stand on the already established protocol. I'm honored to join you today as we commemorate the International Day of Persons with Disability, a day that reminds us of our shared responsibilities to build a society where every person, regardless of your ability, can live, participate, and thrive without barriers. On behalf of the Rule of Law and Anti-Corruption Program, ROLAC, I extend our warm greetings and bring deep appreciation to the organizers of this event, including NAPVID, the Disability Commission, the government of Edo State, and other disabled persons organizations here present. This year global theme challenges all of us to move beyond awareness and towards practical inclusive action. For us in the justice sector, it means ensuring that persons with disabilities can access legal protection, report violations, receive support, and engage with the justice institutions with dignity and without discrimination. ROLAC remains committed to working closely with the Edo State government, the Ministry of Justice, the Disability Commission, the Ministry of Women Affairs, and other CSOs to strengthen the implementation of disability rights law. I'm particularly very happy to see that the SSG has honored this invitation and is here with us. I see him as one of the champions of the disability rights law in Edo State. And I hope that some of the lessons and the actions will be taken away from this meeting today is the commitment to support increased implementation of the provisions of the disability rights law. Today, it's also a reminder that inclusion is not charity, it is a right. And true inclusion can only be achieved when persons with disabilities are not just beneficiaries, but equal partners in decision-making, policy development, and accountability processes. So as we mark this important day, let us renew our collective commitment to building an Edo State where justice serves everyone, where the institutions are accessible. It means the persons with disability can access the courts, they can access the police stations, they can access the sexual assault referral centers. It means that women with deaf persons, women that are deaf, can also access antenatal care. ROLAC is proud to start with you in this effort. Thank you, and I wish all of us a successful and impactful commemoration.
Ladies and gentlemen, can that applause be sustained? Worthy, credible partners for many years, ROLAC has become a reference point identifying for the right cause. Let me also quickly welcome the Vice Chairman APC Edo, Honorable Aslem Agbabi. Please, a round of applause. Thank you so much. The NSCDC Commandant for Edo, here represented by the desk officer, thank you very much once again for your presence. May I next invite Her Excellency, First Lady of Edo, Coordinator of the Office of the First Lady, Princess Adesili Okbebolo Anani, ably represented by Dr. Andrew Yamu, Special Advisor to Mr. Governor on Health Matters. Please applaud. Thank you, Your Excellency.
Thank you very much. Your Excellency, the Executive Governor of Edo State, Senator Monday Okbebele, ably represented by Mr. Musa Ikilo, the Esquire, the SSG. I would also like to recognize the Chief Judge, representative of the Chief Judge of Edo State, and Chairman of the Disability Commission. I would like to stand on existing protocol at this point because of time. Well, the speech of the First Lady goes like this. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, esteemed members of government, our partners in disability community, all invited guests. It is with great honor and deep commitment that I stand before you today to speak on a theme that lies at the heart of a just and progressive society: effective inclusion in governance for people with disability in Edo State. A society is measured not only by its accomplishment, but also by how it treats and empowers its most vulnerable members. In Edo State, we firmly believe that disability is not inability, and that every citizen, regardless of physical, sensory, or intellectual limitations, deserve an equal seat at the table of governance. Today, I reaffirm this government's unwavering recognition of the rights, dignity, and contribution of people with disability. Our administrations understand that inclusion is not charity, it is responsibility. It is not a favor, it is a constitutional and moral obligation. That is why the Edo State government has taken decisive steps to strengthen the institutional framework that support persons with disabilities. One of the most significant of these steps is the creation of the Edo State Commission for Persons with Disability, a landmark achievement that underscores our commitment to ensuring that no one is left behind. The Commission will serve as a watchdog, an advocate, and a bridge, ensuring that disability issues are integrated into every policy, project, and decision of government. It will work with ministries, agencies, development partners, and civil society to guarantee accessibility, representation, and equal opportunities across sectors. As First Lady, I pledge to continue championing initiatives that promote education, healthcare access, economic empowerment, and the protection of the rights of persons living with disabilities. Together, we will deepen awareness, eliminate discrimination, and expand opportunities for participation in governance and leadership. Let us remember, when we include everyone, we strengthen our democracy. When we broaden participation, we enrich governance. And when we lift up those who face barriers, we lift up our entire state. Today, I call on all stakeholders, public officials, traditional institutions, community leaders, and private organizations to join hands with us in the building a more inclusive Edo State, a state where every citizen, regardless of circumstances, can stand proudly and say, I belong, I matter, I am seen, I am heard. Together, let us continue shaping an Edo where inclusion is not a slogan, but a lived reality. Thank you, and God bless Edo State, and God bless the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Thank you very much.
Can we applaud Her Excellency, our First Lady, for sending a high-powered delegation led by Dr. Andre Yamu, and also on the entourage of the First Lady's delegation include Pastor Mrs. Mabel Obeto, SSA to the Governor, and Chief Protocol, Office of the First Lady. Please applaud her. Blessing Iyora, Mrs. PA to the First Lady. We also thank you very much indeed for all of these. It is my honor now to invite the chairman's opening remarks for the next 3 minutes. My Lord, the Honorable Justice P.R. Isibo, BOT Chairman, NAPVID, and of course, retired President, Customary Court of Appeal, Edo, one of the most cerebral judges Edo has ever had. Thank you, my Lord.
The Executive Governor of Edo State, here ably represented. Well, I've been given a big shoe to wear to stand in place of the comrade Adams Oshiomhole, who we all know, has always been a master strategist, a man who knows his onions, a man who, when you give him a microphone and you don't interject, can speak for 2 hours or more at a stretch. I've been given only 3 minutes to speak on this occasion. And then the important point I want to make is that I'm very much delighted to find that a project which we've been handling single-handedly in NAPVID, under the able leadership of Melody Omusa, is now being partnered with the commission that has been newly established for Edo State. Well, when I've been in NAPVID for about 10 years now, like I said, we've been singularly handling this rise above charity. In other words, we've been championing the cause of the disabled in several aspects. And one of the things we did in NAPVID, and which I'm confident the Commission will replicate, is a very splendid program, a very laudable one, which we have with the acronym HELP, which means health, education, livelihood, and palliative. All the things that we do and we will continue to do are centered around these 4 major objectives. That is to say, we want to improve the health of people with disabilities. We want to give them education, commendable education, education that is worthwhile. We also talk about the livelihood. I mean, we've done this for more than 14 years now. because this right above lecture, came after the establishment of NAPVID. And we were not so privileged to carry out these big assignments. To health, education, livelihood, and palliative, which was the focus of all that we stood for. Was a very big task until about 3 years ago, when His Excellency Godwin Obaseki decided to help us annually with the sum of 5 million naira. May God continue to bless him. For the past 1 year, I'm sorry to say, we've not been privileged to access this. Since the exit of His Excellency of Baseki. So for now, we are cash-strapped. As a matter of fact, I had my premonition, I had my problem. I felt very strongly that we may not be able to do this lecture for this year. Until Amosa came to me some 2 days ago to tell me that the Commission for People with Disabilities will now take over the responsibility. Like I said, I want to pray that this commission would, as much as possible, take over some of the responsibilities which we have been singly handling for the past 14 years. Because, like I said, for over 1 year now, we've not been able to access the 5 million naira, which we had for about 3 years, and which enabled us to be able to foot very effectively a program of help, which is health, education, livelihood, and palliative. You find that by the time you cover this field, people with disabilities need not ask for anything more. We take care of their health, you take care of their education, you take care of their livelihood, and then you give them succor in terms of palliatives. This NAPVID has stood for over the years, and I'm sure the Commission will even do better than we have been doing, because I want to rest assured that you will not be cash-strapped as we have become in just 1 year. So I want to thank all of you who has come, especially the high governorship representative and the other very important personalities who have come to grace this occasion. I want to think very strongly that we will do better this year than we've been doing in previous years. May God bless you all.
Can you applaud my Lord? The Honorable Justice Peter Isibo, Chairman BOT NAPVID. Thank you very much indeed. At this point, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to acknowledge the presence of the head of service to the government of Edo State, Anthony Osaso Kungbawa, PhD Esquire, ably represented by the director of the Ministry of Arts, Culture, and Creative Economy, Mrs. Laura Chuku. Can you please celebrate her with a round of applause? And with that, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to have a brief ceremony after the next speaker. Disability Champion Award will be presented to Mr. Governor. And the BOT chairman will do us the honor to do that at that point. And almost immediately, Disability Champion Award will be presented to the First Lady. And Comrade Anne Ojugo will do us the honor to present to her representative at that point. And then, Disability Champion Award will also be presented to the SSG and Honorable Theophilus Egbodion will do the honor to present all of that, and then we move to the keynote address. May I request everyone to please be upstanding as I invite His Excellency, Distinguished Senator Monday Ukbewolo, Governor of Edo State, ably represented by Omar Musa Ikilo Esquire, the most cerebral Secretary of Government in Nigeria, the one that is championing the cause of those that are physically disabled. Can you celebrate him? Can you make some noise? Can you shout?
Please be seated. The chairman of the occasion, His Excellency Senator Adams Ushomole, ably represented here. The Honorable Chief Judge of Edo State High Court, also ably represented. I would beg to rest on whatever protocol has been established prior. I want to state that it's our immense pleasure to have been invited to this very wonderful occasion. It's an invitation I received personally, and I was invited in my capacity as SSG. And I made up my mind to be here, incidentally thinking that the governor was also going to be able to make it because he is a man who is passionate about the welfare of persons with disability. However, he had to leave town for some urgent national assignment. So I'm here in a double capacity. I start by saying that I would like to just pick up a statement made in the address of Her Excellency the First Lady, as ably delivered by her representative, the Special Advisor to the Governor on Health, that a society is measured by the way it treats the most vulnerable amongst them. And that is a marker for us here in Edo State. And as a government, we believe very strongly that our credibility lies in promoting inclusion, in promoting social justice, and is promoting equal rights amongst all categories of persons in our society. And that is why, like the chairman said, one of the earliest appointments or policy direction made by His Excellency the Executive Governor was the constitution of the Edo State Commission for Persons with Disability. And persons were appointed almost immediately to start the implementation. We were told that the law was passed in 2022, but never implemented. And we took it upon ourselves as a government to start by implementing it, because we know that the only way we can push for the rights of persons with disability and protect that right is to give them a platform backed by the rule of law and containing enforceable provisions that will be backed by the judiciary. So we decided to implement it by appointing key officials and giving them the mandate to do what it takes to see that the rights of persons with disability are protected. Now, I just want to make a comment about what the government is doing beyond implementation, because the theme, I understand, is from establishment to effectiveness. We understand that it is sometimes very challenging when you start a commission or a project. As at the time we established this commission, the budget had been passed because it wasn't our budget and no provision was made for it. And we did some support from special intervention for the commission until later in the year we were able to pass a supplementary budget where the governor graciously approved a provision of about 60 million naira for the commission as a take-off grant in the supplementary budget when it was amended. And we have also supported the commission in its programs, in its advocacy, as much as we can, working with minimal budget. We believe, however, that things will be better next year when we have planned to include proper budgetary provision in the 2026 budget. Only yesterday, I believe, or the day before, the governor graciously instructed that a highest bus be provided for the commission to ease its movement and activities. I believe that these are progress that we can say are very tangible, are indicative of better things to come. If this can be done in less than a year, we believe that the next 3 or 4 years will be way better. I understand that every government comes and does whatever it's able to do. We appreciate that. But we also have to appreciate that systems and structures are always better than handouts. I listened very carefully to the representation made by the chairman of the occasion referring to 5 million in a year that they were accessing for the past 3 years. And that is something that if we really understand how to measure things, 5 million in a year for 3 years is 15 million. For this program alone, the governor last week graciously approved the sum of 20 million naira. So that approval has covered what was approved in 3 years. So if that was done in a week, imagine what will be done in several years. So things are going to happen. I understand that perhaps that money was not an amount that was given through a commission because the commission was not established at that time. NAPVID perhaps was just an association, and with the establishment of the commission, the government definitely will have to now act through the commission, and the commission will have to carry all associations along. So I believe that what the chairperson or the executive director of NAPVID said is the right thing. From now on, the activities, the programs of NAPVID, of the Joint National Association of Persons with Disability must now be integrated with Edo State Commission for Persons with Disability. And I am charging the chairman to ensure that in your budget implementation, even in your budget creation, you have to hold meetings with these associations so that you collect suggestions and programs for them, and in the course of implementation, you carry them along. I believe you will do that because the fact that you have organized a program like this, where you come jointly with these associations and support of other donors and Edo State government to achieve this, it's very indicative of the fact that we can achieve more and cover more mileage when we work together as a team. And I'm charging the chairman to do that. I want to mention one other very important point. I urge that in terms of implementation, we need to, as a commission, up our game when it comes to advocacy. Advocacy is required, and a strong value reorientation is required in our society so that we can enlighten people on a proper way to treat persons who are vulnerable or persons with disability. It's very important. I have noticed that that is a value that is lacking in our society, And I think we need more advocacy to bring that awareness to people. Because without the awareness, people will not appreciate what it means. If, for instance, you tell banks, event centers, hospitals, government buildings to make sure that their buildings are disability friendly, they need to understand the need for that and understand that as people of God, we need to show love and compassion for the weakest among us, for the most vulnerable amongst us. We are a very religious society, even though we are very little on spirituality. Because I believe all the good books mention the need for us to show kindness and to show love and to show understanding for the most vulnerable amongst us, whether it is the weak, the poor, the blind, the lame, the crippled. These are people mentioned in all the scriptures. The Bible, for instance, contains sumptuous chapters and verses on the need to be very helpful to the blind. In Deuteronomy, for instance, a person was cursed who gives a wrong direction to a blind person. And Christ told us in the book of Matthew to invite the vulnerable, the weak, the lame, the crippled, the blind to our dinner as hosts. All these are scriptural teachings. As Muslims, for instance, a lot of Muslims know that in the Quran, the only part of the Quran where the prophet was criticized for something wrong he did was when, in an attempt to attend to a so-called elite or rich man, ignored a blind person who needed his attention. There was a blind man who wanted to ask him few questions. And because he felt the blind man was interrupting his speech to the so-called leader or political stakeholder, he was a bit irritated. And God had to chastise him for that and say, why did you ignore the blind man? So values like this are very important for us to disseminate amongst people so that you prepare their mind when it comes to implementation of whatever is in the law or is in the disability law. Beyond law, people need to be able to connect to what they hold in value, what they cherish, what they hold dearly, and to understand that they need to do this and do it well. When I was seated here, I saw that the chairman of the Disability Commission was invited to give his speech. And he got here, but he was not able to climb this podium. And that is because the podium is not disability friendly. The podium like this is supposed to have a ramp. If it has a ramp, anybody with a wheelchair can climb, and any other sort of support system. But when it only has a staircase, then you deny people access. So this is a perfect metaphor for how persons with disability can get access to public buildings, to public spaces. So imagine how many people have been unable to ask for their rights, have been unable to get employment, have been unable to get admissions or appointment just because they could not access an office. Very important. Thousands of people have been denied that. This is the kind of orientation we need to push out there, the kind of advocacy we need to do so that we become a society that cares for its most vulnerable and a society that can be judged to be civilized and prosperous. As a government, we will continue to do the best we can to support the Commission and to support all persons with disability through the Commission. In my own personal capacity, I know what I do personally to see that things move smoothly for the Commission. Even with that, I still know that there are challenges, and I admit that those challenges are there. But I believe that going forward, things will be better and things will improve drastically. Thank you very much for a program like this. We pray that we see more of this. Thank you and God bless you.
Can we put our hands together for His Excellency as we all rise until he gets to his seat, please? Thank you very much. Your Excellency, ably represented by the SSG, that was very, very brilliant, very apt, and it encapsulates the mood of the moment. Let's allow him settle down for a few minutes and watch the screen, the video of kindness. Kind also will be on for 3 minutes before we proceed to the award. Please watch the screens. It's obvious there's a technical itch and there's no sound to that video. So there will be no need to play that for now. So let's proceed now to the award presentation. And the first recipient will be presented by the BOT because of the lighting. Let's come to where we have under this light here. Cameraman, where do you prefer? Is this screen not disturbing you? Let's use this background. Yeah. So that we can use this light here. We invite the BOT chairman to help us present. Lucky Wise, this way. But before then, let me quickly welcome the state woman leader of the APC, Mrs. Okwebo Benson. Can you celebrate her? A champion for persons with disability. Thank you. The champion for disability award for the year 2025. The recipient is Excellency Senator Monday Okporo. Can you celebrate, Mr. Governor? The Honorable Justice Peter Isibo, please step forward to represent to Mr. Governor on behalf of all critical stakeholders, the Commission, Joint NAPVID, all of it. The SSG, we respectfully invite you, sir, to receive this on behalf of Mr. Governor.
Yes. On behalf of the Commission for Persons with Disabilities, as well as NAPVID, it is my singular honor and privilege to present to you this certificate to our indefatigable governor, His Excellency Senator Monday Okpebolo, for championing inclusive governance and for demonstrating outstanding commitment to creating an enabling environment where persons with disabilities can thrive, participate, and be heard. With sincere appreciation from Edo State disability community, it is my privilege to present this certificate to you.
Can you applaud His Excellency? Congratulations. Another feather to the crowded car. Thank you very much.
Before she became challenged, she was in
And not now, not now.
with the greatest respect, I stand on the existing protocol. I want to acknowledge the fact that by the time I was making my presentation, I mean welcoming as chairman, when I was talking, I did say that Governor Obaseki was giving us 5 million per annum. I goofed. I acknowledge that I goofed. It was 5 million every month, not 5 million a year. So I'm sorry for the mistake I made, and I think I should apologize for that. Thank you.
Can you appreciate my Lord for that humility? It was a slip of tongue. It would have been monthly, not annually. I also apologize for saying disabled. It's persons with disability. We all learn every day. Put your hands together for my Lord. And now we like to invite Her Excellency the First Lady to also receive this Disability Champion Award. And may I invite Comrade Anne Ojugo to present to Her Excellency, ably represented by Dr. Andrew Iyamo. All on the entourage of Her Excellency, please come and collectively receive this for the picture's sake. All the women, all the great minds, the men from the office of the First Lady of Edo. That's fine.
Thank you very much. Women, oh yeah. Her Excellency, oh yeah. And why I'm shouting oh yeah? Because any people, group, that a woman is backing will never fall. So, on behalf of persons with disabilities in Edo State, I present this certificate of recognition as a disability champion to our beautiful mama. A woman that is beautiful from within and outside. A woman with a golden heart. In honor of her exemplary leadership and unwavering support for disability inclusion in Edo State, as recognized as a disability champion by Edo State disability community. On behalf of NAPVID, on behalf of NAPVID, and on behalf of Disability Commission in Edo State, we present this to our mama, Mrs. Adesiri Anani Ukpeworu. Thank you for being there for us.
Can you celebrate that? Amazing, amazing. Congratulations to Her Excellency Princess Adesiri Ukpeworu Anani. Thank you very much. Is it not a digital camera? They say they announce I'm coming. I will be here for quite a while. Let's next invite the Cerebral SSG in his personal capacity now. Disability champion, the engine room of progress and good governance. Uma Musa Ikilo Esquire and Theophilus Egbedion, chairman of the Disability Commission of those states, will present on behalf of the disability community. Can you celebrate? Can you celebrate? We thank our SSG for all it does behind the scene. We are all grateful to you, sir. Thank you.
On behalf of Edo State Commission for Persons with Disability, we present this award for all you have been doing for the commission. We are giving you this award for all what you have been doing for us. Thank you.
So show the camera. Can you celebrate our SSG? Uma Musa Ikilo Esquire. Thank you very much and congratulations, sir. Is the video ready now? And you have sound. So let's allow His Excellency to watch the video for the next 3 minutes. Can you celebrate our SSG? Uma Musa Ikilo Esquire. Thank you very much. Excellency to one.
Kindness Idahosa
3 minutes.
is a lady in her late 30s. She hails from Ovia Northeast local government area in Edo State. She is an orphan who became physically challenged 23 years ago due to a disease known as hereditary sensory neuropathy. Is a lady in her late 30s. Before she became challenged, she was a GS2 student of Edo College. She is an orphan who became physically challenged 23 years ago due to a disease known as hereditary sensory neuropathy. Is a lady in her late 30s. School. Today, NAPVID is going to be presenting her with an HP laptop and the sum of 500,000 naira to assist her to proceed to the law school. Congratulations, Kindness. We look forward to you graduating from law school and joining Barrister Melody in this massive assignment to improve the lives of PWDs. Can we put our hands together for her? Congratulations.
You know, at times some of them can mess you up at the last minute, but it's okay. Melody has all of them in his brain.
Thank you very much, Your Excellency. And I start again on the protocols that have been earlier established. Okay, the message has been passed.
You know, at times some
The
of them
Rights
can mess you
Above
up
Charity
at the last
Lecture that we are celebrating was inaugurated in 2011. And His Excellency, the distinguished Senator Adams Oshomole, was the governor. He was physically present with us when we inaugurated. Alongside that day was the NAPVID Education Fund inaugurated. He supported that fund with 5 million naira. And we started in 2012 to give scholarship to persons with disabilities. 2013, Kindness Idahosa reached out to us, sent a medical doctor to go examine her, found out what her case was. It turned out that she had dropped out of school when she was in JSS2 because she took ill and was not, and which affected her spine. And so the doctor that we sent told us that if she can get a wheelchair and be in the boarding school, she can resume school. So we did that for her, got her with the aid of those funds in wheelchair, paid for her fees, and enrolled her at Edo College, where she started JSS2 again 13 years after. So the journey for her education started again 2013. By 2017, she finished with flying colors, a lot of A's, and gained admission into University of Benin, having scored 275 in her UMA examination. She graduated from the University of Benin in 2023 with a 2-1, a second-class upper. When in 2023 we had the Rights Above Charity Lecture, we gave her a laptop and the sum of 500,000 to pay for her law school fee. Today, on the 24th of September 2025, she was called to the Nigeria Bank. Can we present Kindness for the ground to see? She needs now to be employed by the Edo State government. NAPVID and all its advocates, we have done our part. I think inclusion into service, so the state civil service can start now by joining, by employing Kindness, by the government graciously giving her an appointment. Thank you so very much. Present to us, Kindness Idahosa. Thank you.